Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima Edit, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. Vice President Shatima meets Gates, Dangote, governors at Aso Rock. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoino approves dissolution of all non-statutory boards, agencies and commissions in the state. Plus, Turkey hikes interest rate as Erdogan staged economic U-turn. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. Many thanks for joining us. We begin the news this afternoon from the national scene, where Vice President Kashim Shettima is currently meeting the co-chairman of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates, the chairman of Dangote Foundation, Aliko Dangote, and members of the Nigerian Governors Forum behind closed doors at the State House, Abuja. The meeting is said to be part of engagement lined up for Gates' visit to Nigeria and the Niger Republic. The meeting comes only 72 hours after Gates and Dangote met President Bola Tinubu on Monday at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. Away from that, the federal government has approved the reopening of the semi-land border for the importation of vehicles. A director of road transport in the Ministry of Transportation, Ibrahim Musa, made the disclosure to newsmen. Musa spoke at the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS meeting organized between officials of Nigeria and Benin Republic, revealed that the development followed complaints by freight forwarders operating at the semi border. In a separate development, Air Vice Marshal Hassan Abubakar has assumed office as the 22nd Chief of Air Staff. Speaking of the handing and taking over ceremony today, the former CS Air Marshal Oludayo Mao said, despite the challenges his tenure recorded many successes, he urged his successor to ensure the service attained a greater height under his watch. I've called a 26th witness before the Election Petition Tribunal in its case against the victory of President Bola Tinubu. The witness, Hitler Nwanna, is a digital forensic analyst who appeared at the court with a forensic report and a certificate of compliance, all arising from the conduct of the February 25 presidential election. Nwanna told the court that he did not inspect all the beavers machines and worked on only 110 in response. Lawyer to the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Abubakar Mahmood, stated that going by the 110 beaver devices inspected by the witness, only 0.069% of the machines deployed nationwide were inspected. In education, the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, TRCN, and the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, have said they are exploring means to strengthen collaborations to boost service delivery to Nigerians. TRCN's Registrar Josiah Ajiboye said in a statement that the move was in tandem with interagency partnership in the Ministry of Education. The TRCN boss said the visit to the new 1,000-seater computer-based test CBT facilities built by the board in Kaduna was aimed at forging stronger partnership between TRCN and JAMB for the formal usage of the new facilities for professional qualifying examinations and digital training programs. In another development, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, says the decisions of the United Kingdom UK restricting foreign students from bringing dependents with them starting in 2024 is not targeted at Nigerians. Rather, it is to protect UK infrastructure as the number of students bringing their family members from all around the world surged in the last couple of years. The British High Commissioner stated this after he met with Vice President Kashim Shettima at the State House, Abuja. He admitted that the number of Nigerian students coming to the UK increased fivefold in 3 years, just as the overall number of international students also increased. Montgomery added that, though it is a fantastic success story for UK universities, it is not always possible to find housing and services for the high number. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umaino, has approved the dissolution of all non-statutory boards, agencies and commissions in the state. In a release by the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enabawa, all affected officials are directed to hand over to no senior civil servant in their respective boards, agencies and commissions. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State Government has directed that all illegal commercial activities along major roads, streets, junctions, pedestrians, walkways and access roads leading to markets around the Yemen metropolis must relocate back to the markets to give free flow of traffic for other road users. A release signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enabawa, stated that the activities of these street traders are unacceptable to the state government and is left with no option than to protect the large majority of road users who are daily slowed down by activities of the illegal street traders who also litter the surrounding of the markets with refuse and pose serious challenges leading to events of avoidable accidents, loss of lives and other valuables for road users. Noting that government will no longer condone the excesses of these unauthorized display of wares by illegal traders on the roads. The release noted that government has therefore directed that within 1 month from the date of the publication, all activities involving buying and selling are taken off the roads and into the markets designed for such activities. According to the statement, the government has also directed the relevant security agencies and market leaders to collaborate and deal decisively with erring street traders as sanity must be returned to the streets and culprits brought to book. It therefore expressed optimism that the various market unions and other stakeholders would cooperate with the government in curbing the menace of street trading around the markets within the metropolis. In the meantime, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umaino yesterday flagged up the construction of internal roads in and around Apananda Market with drainages and solar lightings. He also announced Tabernacle Road as the next road to be flagged up for construction within his 100 days in office. Though earlier, the construction company in charge of the project had assured that it will be completed and delivered in 70 days.
Flag of Usomi. Meto Iraki dire campaign. Chairman Udu Akebi Sangabo Usomi Fono. Yambenege Kana Usong Simani for. And I promised you people that Kemaisen were no. Kekbauson on the turn the on the Usomi. So framing get ready if fulfill promise. Let us flag off this, and then the chairman who do atang mempofen after saying tangado approved. Already in my session, the global MDN at that time my session drainage. Then Kesuru I now about 200 meters. Between now and 29th of March, we'll flag off Tabernacle Road. I understand Kusoro Tedi or Tieti Kuyo. Biosidi on that Tabernacle Road. So we are going there to flag off that road.
Move now to Africa, where Kenyan members of parliament and MPs have voted in favor of doubling of the value-added tax VAT levied on fuel to 16%, which is expected to add to the rising cost of living. Reports say the ruling party coalition MPs pushed through the proposal, with 184 approving the clause within new finance bill, while 88 lawmakers opposed it. The government, which is reportedly looking to raise about 50 billion Kenyan shillings from the additional tax, has defended the move as necessary amid a rising debt burden. But the leader of the opposition MPs in parliament said it was punitive, terming the decision to push ahead with the fuel tax clause as the saddest day in the history of the country.
That we must keep quiet so that the Kenyans can listen to us, so that we debate objectively, on to the point. There is no need of pretending of executing and implementing a 16% taxation.
Our people are suffering, and production, especially in our rural areas, is going to go to zero if we add tax on fuel.
Every day they come here to shout no CDF, no parliament. There is no gain without pain. If we want CDF, then we must pay for it. I support, and this is progressive. Thank you.
Still in Africa, the CB sent by the president have been circulating. According to the presidency, the president does not request any funds or endorse any payments or contracts between third parties, whether through websites, adverts, social media, emails, letters, texts, or phone conversations. He added that anyone who has received communications of such nature from the president or the presidency should terminate all future contact with the scammers. On a foreign scene, Turkey has reportedly hiked its main interest rate from 8.5% to this 6.5%. Rise was far lower than to tackle rampant inflation. According to reports, Turkey's leader has until now insisted on keeping interest rates down, noting that inflation is almost 40% and Turks are in the grip of a cost of living crisis. Still on the foreign scene, the UN's nuclear watchdog has said that the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine will use multiple water sources, which have sufficient water for some months for cooling after the collapse of the Nova Kakhovka Dam. The International Atomic Energy Agency noted that for the past 2 weeks, Europe's largest nuclear power plant, NPP, has received the cooling water it needs from the reserves held by a discharge channel of the nearby Zaporizhia Thermal Power Plant, ZTPP. According to the agency, the extremely fragile security situation around the plant and the dam's collapse has added to the difficulties of the facility. And still to come in the news, England to play a first historic test in Japan, June 2024. To stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. We move on to the rest of our news stories. On a business news, the new electricity report for the first quarter of 2023 by the National Bureau of Statistics shows that the total amount of revenue generated by electricity distribution companies rose by 20.81%, despite a drop of 1.74% in supply. According to the reports, a year-on-year analysis showed that these schools collected 247.33 billion naira as revenue in quarter 1 of 2023, which is higher than the 204.74 billion naira recorded in quarter 1 of 2022. However, the electricity supply was 5,852 gigawatt hours in quarter 1 of 2023, down from 5,956 gigawatts reported in Q1 of 2022. The report also indicated that this cause collected 232.32 billion naira in Q4 of 2022, bringing the total revenue raked in by the companies in 6 months to 479.65 billion naira. Still in business, oil marketers have stated that the use of compressed natural gas (CNG) in automobiles, when fully deployed, is going to be over 400% cheaper than premium motor spirit (PMS), popularly called petrol. Since then, oil marketers have been making efforts to provide an alternative to petrol, as they told newsmen that the switch from PMS to CNG would help in addressing the high cost currently being spent by Nigerians on fuel. He added that checking the 400%, it means that the cost of CNG that will deliver what 1 liter of petrol is going to deliver should be less than 110 naira anywhere in Nigeria. In hell, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) says it has established an emergency call center to provide counseling services for those struggling with drug abuse as part of ways to discourage stigmatization against them. This was revealed by the spokesperson for the agency, Femi Babafemi, during an event in Abuja. The event was organized by the NDLEA Celebrity Drug-Free Club in commemoration of the 2023 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Drug Trafficking. Babafemi, who represented the agency's chairman, Mohammed Buba Marwa, said the Drug Abuse Call Center was launched to provide anonymous counseling services to victims. He revealed that the place is witnessing high patronage because people are not being stigmatized. Still in hell, the registered dietitian and nutritionist at the Alex Ekweme Federal University Teaching Hospital, Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, Nwabuma Azuozu, says malnutrition in children, women, infants, children, and adolescents are at particular risks of malnutrition. Azuozu said though poor people are more likely to be affected by different forms of malnutrition, children from wealthy homes are prone to sedentary lifestyles, which exposes them to the risks of obesity. Speaking in an interview to her child's second birthday, ensures the best possible start in life with long-term benefits. From the exciting world of sport, England will be traveling to Japan next year for a historic first test match between the two sides in the country. Steve Botwick's team will face the Brave Blossoms on June 22, 2024. The teams have met 3 times, with the last match a 52-13 win for England in last year's autumn test. England, who faced Japan in the group stage of this year's World Cup, toured the country in 1971 and 1979, but the games did not have test status. However, the England team will also face Japan in Nice on 17 September in the country's opening games in Group D of the World Cup in France. Still in sports, former Rivers United assistant coach Fatai Osho is now the favorite to take charge at Akwa United. According to reports, Akwa United have parted ways with their erstwhile handler Deji Ayeni following the expiration, now their preferred choice. Osho, who is one of the upcoming coaches on the domestic scene, has managed Remo Stars and Enyimba in the past. He is expected to sign a contract with Akwa United in the coming days. Kyle Puta, popularly known as Charlie Boy, has threatened a lawsuit against his former record label Premier Records Limited over an alleged breach of contract signed in 1988. Charlie Boy, in a letter issued by his lawyer Roxanne Igeleji, claimed the record label violated the terms of their agreement signed 35 years ago. He alleged that despite the expiration of the contract, Premier Record was still breaching copyright to his musical works. Still on entertainment, Australian actress Sarah Snook will play 26 different characters in a one-woman show opening in London next year. It will mark Snook's first appearance on the London stage since her 2016 debut opposite Ralph Fiennes in The Master Builder. Snook told newsmen that the idea of playing so many roles was an exhilarating. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima, Edit. Many thanks for being there and to enjoy the rest of your day.